Most people love the warm and sunny weather. I'd like to get on an island, eat bananas, drink coconut juice and enjoy life. The same idea came to the mind of one developer of Minecraft, Cory Sheviak. In fact, this idea came to him after he went on vacation in Puerto Rico. He saw beautiful beaches, sea, palm trees, and was very much inspired by all these landscapes, so when he arrived home, he decided to create a full-fledged mod called Tropicraft. In June 2018, Cory became part of Mojang team and started fixing bugs. Yeah, indeed, at the beginning of his career, he was just fixing Minecraft bugs. He wasn't forced to do it, he just enjoyed it. Later on, he started adding full-fledged stuff. He added foxes, mangrove trees, and mangrove swamps. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to find information about what exactly Cory added to Minecraft. But if suddenly you really want to know what exactly each of the developers added to the game, then write about it in the comments. I'll do my best, maybe even contact the developers, and find out for sure. Okay, let's take a look at the mod that Cory used to lure Mojang management into accepting him as a member of the Minecraft team. I'll tell you that the first version of this mod came out way back in 2011. On August 2nd, 2024, Tropicraft will be 13 years old. I mean, this mod came out only 2 years after the release of Minecraft. I'll tell you more, this mod is still being developed and came out even on version 1.20. So, Tropics, this is not a new biome, it's a separate dimension, which is not so easy to get into. For this, you'll need to do certain steps. First, you need to make a piña colada. This is a traditional Caribbean alcoholic cocktail based on light rum with coconut milk and pineapple juice. There's no alcohol in this mod, it's not healthy. But we will need a pineapple which can be found in the forest or jungle. It grows in the form of a bush, by the way. For some reason I thought it grows on trees, but as it turns out it doesn't. Hit the like button if you thought that too. If you cut it down by hand, a whole pineapple will drop. But if you use a sword, we get pineapple cubes. The bush will still remain, continuing to produce fruit. Next we need a coconut. This one grows on trees. I knew that for a long time. I think you did too. Palm trees can only be found in desert biomes and on the beach. By the way, do they remind you of anything? They look a lot like the palm tree that was shown on the Biome vote in 2018. Maybe I'm overreacting. After you find the palm tree, you need to go up and cut down one coconut. We get the pieces from it. Then we need a mug, which we need to create from bamboo. In the new versions of this mod, we use bamboo, which appeared in version 1.14. In older versions, we used our own bamboo. It looked like this. Comparing the vanilla bamboo and the bamboo from the mod, I can officially say that I like the vanilla one better. But please also know that the bamboo in this mod was introduced at the very beginning of development. With bamboo, we create a mug, then use pineapple and coconut pieces along with the mug, and we get a piña colada. But that's not all. We'll need a chair on which we sip this marvelous soft drink. For this we convert bamboo into bamboo sticks and add wool. You can use colored wool, it's at your choice. Now the most pleasant moment. We place the chair, sit on it, waiting for the sunset and start sipping our drink. After that we'll get into a new tropical dimension. Yeah, those are the steps to take, and as for me, it's dope. No boring portals needed. Sure, after teleporting we appear in a small pool and we get a bit nauseous, but that's minor stuff. The tropical world of Minecraft reveals itself before us. I'll point out some other small differences. In older versions, when moving to the tropics, we could see a beautiful loading screen with hints. And there was a bamboo chest near the pool in which you could find an encyclopedia about the tropics. In the new versions, all this is missing. They even removed the book from the mod. It's unclear why. First of all, let me show you a very interesting biome. I think it's not difficult to guess that it's the mangroves. It's made very beautifully and nicely. There are also mangrove trees with unusual roots, and there's mud. It slows down the player who moves on it. In addition to these attributes, you can find cane, a flower called iris, as well as mangrove ferns. This biome is very similar to the one we have in Minecraft, all because both of them were created by the same developer. I also want to demonstrate one sea biome called the Forest of Kelp. It was added to the mod already after the aquatic update, but how beautiful it is! It looks as fresh and bright as possible underwater. In addition to the usual kelps and algae, here you can find another layer of kelp that grows underneath. It just makes the sea world better. And one of the most fascinating things is shipwrecks. No, not in real life, of course, in the game. After the aquatic update, they have become the standard for us. They occur quite often and in them you can find very useful loot. But to my great surprise, they were already in the old version of this mod. However, they look completely different. I like the way they're implemented in the vanilla game much better. In the mod, they're entirely underwater and they're created from mahogany planks. They have a more burgundy color. In the center, somewhere in the middle of the ship, you can find a bamboo chest in which there's also useful loot. I wish I could say that Cory had a hand in Shipwrecks on Java, but he came to Mojang much later, after the presentation of these ships. Now let's turn our attention to the mobs. They're also not quite ordinary here. For example, the most memorable for me was a tropical creeper. He needs a rest too, doesn't he? He can be easily recognized by the fact that he has a tropical shirt, a straw hat on his head, sunscreen on his nose, and like I said, a tropical shirt on his body. But the best part is that he can't hurt you. If you get close to him, he'll explode, but the impact wave will leave behind only beautiful flowers. Among the unusual mobs, there is also a tropical bee. Just have a look at the summoning egg of a regular bee and a tropical one. It's like heaven and earth. Tropical bee also has a straw hat on its head, but the main attribute is sunglasses. She looks as high and chill as possible. If you hit her, she'll also sting the player. I want to note that Tropical Bee appeared only after the buzzing update. I want to tell you about a very mysterious mob, Hats from Easter Island. For me, this mob was always very creepy. They're quite friendly themselves at first glance, of course. Often they just stand there, so if you get close to them, they sort of come to life and start moving. If you hit them, they can say the following. Yeah, you can't understand it at once, but you can throw the sound into the editing program and make a reverb. Then we'll hear the following.
You shouldn't have wanted here, stranger. I'm going to hurt you, and you're gonna like it.
Sounds kinda creepy, doesn't it? What are these creepy statues hiding? Why do they communicate like that? You can answer all those questions in the comments. If they attack you, the best way to fight them is by using a pickaxe. I'm having a hard time identifying these guys, but they're the Tribe of Ashes. This is one of the two settlements that inhabit the tropical world of Minecraft. We'll talk about the other one a bit later. This tribe unfortunately has no settlement, or rather like sorta has one. They live in a giant mahogany tree. There's spawners there, but for some reason they're inactive. Sometimes you can find a bamboo chest in these trees. There'll be either a plate or an Ash Tribe mask in it. Now I'll tell you about one interesting feature of these guys, and you try to guess where you have already seen it. Ashes behave extremely aggressively if you get very close to them. They'll start throwing special effects darts at you. In the old versions it was poison, in the new versions it's slowness. To make them think you're belonging to them, you have to put their mask on yourself. Then they stop attacking the player. Does that remind you of someone? Maybe piglins. Funny thing is, these guys also become harmless after one hit. Then their masks fall off and they start covering their faces with their hands. They don't even try to lift the mask. I kind of feel sorry for them. I don't know why. They're pretty cute. There are 16 masks in total, each with different shapes and names. They don't have any effects. The second settlement is Koa. Unlike the last one, they are intelligent, and as it seems to me, they're people, not fictional creatures. This settlement has its own village. It's often closer to the water, so it's best to look for them somewhere in the beach. The houses of the settlement are made of all possible resources that can be found on this dimension. Mostly palm trees, bamboo, and thatch in block form. They use sticky torches as lighting, pretty much the same as the regular ones, but they use bamboo sticks instead of standard ones. The settlement looks as authentic as possible to me. Every settlement has what they call storage rooms with supplies. Often these are two double chests. As soon as you come to the village, they'll be empty, but with time, Koa will catch and put fish and various marine attributes there. The player can calmly walk over and pick it up. They won't get mad. That's how kind they are. They even have buildings in which you can find an aquarium. Seriously, a real aquarium where you can keep fish. In the same building, you can find a sieve through which Koa sieve sand and get various shells and pearls. During the day, fishermen catch fish and hunters hunt for food. You can even trade with these villagers. Understandably, each of them will sell different goods. I want to point out that no one from the settlement is gonna sell you their goods at the beginning. The player needs to sell them his goods first. This way you can earn their trust. As soon as you move to the second level of so-called trust, they'll start selling you their goods for pearls. This is the local currency. When night falls, the whole Koa tribe sits around the fire and starts telling stories. At least that's what I like to believe. I mean, this way they sort of wait out the night by the fire, and when the sun comes up, they spread out their business. Like I said before, they are a friendly tribe, but be aware, after the first hit, the Koa will pull out a knife and hit back until they kill the player. After that, you'll be forgiven and you can continue to trade and live with them. Much to my delight, I can demonstrate to you another very cool and rare thing, the Drum Festival. Sometimes in the evening, the koa can go to a special house instead of a campfire and start playing drums there. It happens quite rarely, but I managed to film this marvelous ritual. It looks very beautiful. Also, this mod has its own unique music. There are 6 songs. You can listen to them with music discs. My favorite is nkin, The Tribe. It's available on YouTube, so I left the link in the description. In 2017, Cory with the team that worked on the mod created a full-fledged charity event, because a Category 5 hurricane called Maria hit Puerto Rico in 2017. It left the entire island without power and water. So the team came together, created the LoveTropics event, and was able to raise $10,000 for the charity Direct Relief to bring water and first aid to the people of Puerto Rico. So starting in 2017, around October and November, the team gets together and holds a 48-hour broadcast where they raise money for different tropics needs. They create a special server, entrance to which costs $15, and everyone who has been bored could come and play together with invited YouTubers and streamers in different minigames. You don't have to play, of course, you can just donate to charity. From 2017 to 2023, they were able to raise $257,625. This is how one developer inspired by the beautiful views and landscapes decided to create a mod which has been developing for 13 years. Of course, Cory is no longer involved in programming because it takes a lot of time. Now he's working on Minecraft, but still, he's the leader of the project and will not let it go in another direction. Tropicraft is a very interesting mod. I showed you only a small part, so I advise that you play it yourself. Download links, as always, you'll find in the description. While you're waiting for a new video, I suggest watching these. They're also very interesting. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like and ring on the bell. See you in the next videos.